Hey guys, welcome back to the series of looking at top cards in every KeyForge set. In today's video, we will be looking at Dark Tidings. This set is actually going to be the last set of this series until Winds of Exchange comes out, because I haven't played with Winds of Exchange yet, so I don't really know and I can't really pick, because otherwise that would be based off just what I think of the cards by just looking at them and not really playing with them. So once I get the cards and I start playing with them, then I will do Winds of Exchange. So Dark Tidings is a very interesting set because it introduced this new mechanic, the Tide, and this made for a very interesting game because you could have many different things that started happening. So this set had very good things about it and not so good things about it. So it just kind of depends on the deck that you get and how you play the game. Once again, I just want to say that these are my opinions and these aren't any sort of professional opinions, so let's get right into it. So to start it off, I just wanted to show you a fun little card that I found, and it's actually one of the only cards that has a trait, and it's the only card with that trait. And this is Tentaclid. This card is the only card with the arm trait, and I found this card really interesting, so I thought I'd include it. It's not necessarily a good card because it can't reap, but it is good because it has taunt, so you can keep a creature alive for a little bit. But other than that, I just thought it was funny that it is the only card that has the arm trait. Moving on to a card that I don't think was introduced in this set, Bouncing DEATHQUARK, and this I just decided to include in this set because it's a very good card. I just hadn't included it before, and it reads, destroy an enemy creature and a friendly creature. You may repeat this effect as many times as you like, as long as it is possible to repeat the entire effect. In my opinion, this is a very fun board wipe because you can do some interesting things with it, but also it makes it available so that if a card is warded or something like that, then you can continuously say that you're quote-unquote destroying it, and then you can actually destroy it. Unlike some board wipes where you wouldn't be able to destroy it with just one time. Moving on to a Saurian action, Bury Riches, and it reads, play. If the tide is high, move one ember from each creature to its controller's pool. Otherwise, raise the tide. This is one of those cool examples of the Tide cards because they really help you out sometimes. Because this card, you can move one ember from each creature to its controller's battle line if you have something good out there, like some good Saurian creatures, because then you're gonna be capturing a lot, so then you could just capture a bunch of ember and then get the ember. And if the tide isn't high, then you can just raise it. The only bad thing about this card is the fact that your opponent may have some ember captured on their cards, so then it's a little bit hard to play because you're not going to want to give them that ember. Moving on to the top 5 cards, I actually had a pretty difficult time placing these in their spots because Dark Tidings has some pretty good cards that are very even, in my opinion, when it comes to strength and just how they play out. So coming in at number 5, we have Portal Monger, and it reads, while the tide is high, your opponent's keys cost +4 ember. And I thought with the amount of Raise the Tide cards in this set, it would be pretty easy to get your opponent's keys to cost +4 ember. Especially if you could get this card warded or have a card with taunt around it, because this will give it some bonus protection and you can continuously have your opponent's keys cost +4 ember. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have another unfathomable card, CORRODE. I decided to include this card in here because you get an Ember automatically for playing it, and it's, from what I know of, the only card where you have 3 choices when you play it. Those 3 choices include destroy an artifact, destroy an upgrade, or destroy a creature with armor. This is super helpful, especially if you're in a little bit of a situation, because you can get out of it pretty easily, because these are the kind of cards that you're going to want to get rid of, being the artifact, upgrade, or creature with armor. Overall, this is just number 4 specifically because of the fact that it's never going to steer you wrong, because you're always going to get an Ember for it, and you're never really going to not need to get rid of one of those things. Moving on to a couple of my personal favorites, we have the Evil Twin, SIRBEVOR. And I really like this card because it's, I believe, the only card that has the 1 power to 5 armor ratio. Now, you may be wondering why the Evil Twin of this card. Well, the reason is because of the poison effect, because I think it's really cool that all you need is a card with something not protecting it, and if it's power 5 or less, because then you can immediately destroy it without any trouble. So this card is really cool, but unfortunately I do not have this Evil Twin, so you guys will have to let me know if this is actually true or not, but personally I think this would be a really cool card to have. Moving on to another personal favorite of mine, LAERIE of the Lake. And this is because while the tide is high, each friendly creature gains +2 armor. Now, this one I definitely think might be a little bit biased by me, and this is just because I personally have a deck that has 3 of these in here. So, while the tide is high and I have all of those cards out, every creature gets +6 armor, which is just insane. So, if you only have 1 of these in your deck, it's not going to be as good, but for example, my deck with 3 of them in there, that's going to be a crazy amount of armor. This is another card where you're going to have to let me know if you guys like it, because it could just be me. But personally, I feel like this card definitely deserves number 2. Moving on to what I believe is the number 1 card in Dark Tidings. And yes, I know this card is very luck-based, but I think you guys might agree. And this is Dark Discovery. This one I really don't think you guys expected to be number 1, but it reads play. Name 2 cards. Discard the bottom 2 cards of your opponent's deck. If they are the named cards, purge Dark Discovery and forge a key at no cost. Now, hear me out. I don't think I've ever fully used this to its advantage, but I do want to say that I believe that this could be really helpful, especially if you're at the very bottom of your opponent's deck anyway, and if you knew what cards they have played, then this could work out. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, that's probably super unlikely. Well, you may be right, but I do think that this card is good even without guessing the cards, because you get an Ember and you get to discard 2 of your opponent's cards no matter what. And basically, the forging a key at no cost is just a plus. So that's why I put this at number 1. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed Dark Tidings top cards. And I really do hope you guys can agree. But if you don't agree, let me know what you guys think should have been in the top cards, because I definitely know that I couldn't fit all the amazing cards into this one video. But yeah, just let me know what you guys thought and what you guys would have put instead if you don't like my picks. So like I said, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.